Yep, we're recording.
Okay. Um, yeah. So like yesterday, I made, a whopping $62, but I was like, hmm, okay. And then I had other things to go and do and tend to, but I was like, it is what it is. So there are some other trades that I have on my other computer at my office that I don't, that aren't there. One of them's a winner, one of them's a loser. Um, So, it is what it is. And if I lose $50 or $80 on a trade, it's not going to break me. But, I'm looking at it. If I times it by 10, okay, well, now it's 600. Now it's 800 that I win or lose. Okay. Times it by 100. Okay. 6,000, 8,000. Okay. That there's something there.
Hmm.
So the math is ever present. So, I mean, I'm looking at the NASDAQ, man, that thing is just ugly. I can't believe how many tails there are in wicks.
There's a reason I try to steer new traders away from the NASDAQ. The damn thing moves too quick. It moves too
Jesus.
quick. And I mean, hell, the ATR on it right now, and you can pull
10.
it. Yeah. Is it 10 per 5 minute right now?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, just think about that. And on a full size, that's $20 per point. If it's
Right.
moving 10 in a slow morning session, you got $45. I have seen that thing have a volatility of 40 points within a 10-minute period.
Okay.
So, you're looking at $800 every 10 minutes, 400 every 5, so about $100 a minute. Um, Top surgeons don't even get paid that. So, that when you think about it, I mean, that's $6,000 an hour, give or take, or whatever the number is. No shit. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be 6,000 an hour. So, um, until you are okay with that type of risk reward and movement, there's no reason to be trading it. But,
Yeah.
I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You've been in the management field forever. So,
Well, no, it's this is so very different. But I mean, you know, there's just some days I have more time. There's sometimes, I'm actually finding before the market open is actually everything's quiet here and I can focus and there's not a lot, but there's still movement going on in both sides, especially on the micros. I mean, on the ES. So there's things to learn. And
have
then
you have you played with oil or soybeans yet?
nope, you said not to.
Well, I know I say one thing and people tend to dive into something else.
No, you said not to. I said okay. So I didn't. You actually said look at the 6B, but I
Or
actually have
6E, 6B or 6E.
okay.
Because 6B is the pound and 6E is the euro.
Okay.
Like for our session today, I'll be
Yeah.
trading the 6E and the ES.
Yeah.
So
All right. Okay. So financial juice, looking at it, just trying to see what's coming out. And you don't want to do around the red stuff.
all right. So what I want to do is I want to pull my ES up and I want you to walk me through this morning's analysis. So would you prefer to share your screen or do you
No,
think you can do it
that's good.
like, okay.
We're looking at the big contract, huh?
Well, remember, you always look at the ES. You still play the micro, but you look at the ES when you're doing your analysis because the micro follows the big contract. So, all right. So go ahead and start me.
They're
What time
pretty.
frame?
Um, so I think one of the first things that I'm writing on my trade sheet that I'm working on, it was sort of like my process is always looking at what is going on as far as what's going on with the trend. Is there a identifiable trend? And right now, I don't really see a hugely identifiable trend.
Yeah, but before that, what time frame are we looking at to find the trend?
Ah, okay. Well, okay. So probably going to either a 30-minute or an hour is what we've talked about before.
Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm. Nope. You have to bring yourself up to a 1 year, 1 day right
Okay.
here. And that gives you, and it just takes 30 quick seconds, and you go, okay, our macro trend, bullish or bearish,
Okay.
have we broken out of the channel? Okay, yes, we broke the 4,000 channel. We're pushing up, and the
Okay.
TTM is pressing. So our macro idea is bullish. So you
Okay.
see it, and it just took me 30 seconds to put that around. Then we go down to the 30-minute or the hourly.
Okay.
Okay, so take it away.
So up to 1 day.
So now we're on the 1 day, 1 hour, or 5 day, 1 hour, whatever works for you. But
So, so we go down to the 1 hour. So still bullish, maybe a little bit of consolidation. Wait a second. Why does your 1 hour look different than my 1 hour?
Heikinashis.
Yeah. I can actually bullish. Oh, wait a minute. What the? Why do these look different? Oh, 5 minutes. Sorry. It popped back. Okay. Same. Okay. So overall, what would I say? See, I would say that it is still bullish. It looks like it's consolidating a little bit. It looks like it's starting to form the base there at the bottom of that yellow.
Mhm.
And it's the type of thing that it may be kind of consolidating a little bit to help before it starts pushing up again, potentially, maybe based on news or maybe some other technicals. But it has a very, looks like a very, at that 1 hour base, it's got pretty good support just below it.
Okay, so let's say more with less. Are we bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
We're bullish on the hourly.
Yeah.
Okay. And for us to stay bullish, what needs to occur?
So for us to stay bullish, well, I'm not saying I would take a trade right now. That would be one thing. I think what I would like to see more of, I would like to see the trend to turn green, and I would like to see the the TTM to start posting some other colors instead of dark blue. It would go to the light blue.
Okay. So something you need to keep in mind with this is
Yeah.
that A, we just had bad jobs numbers.
Right.
Historically, that's going to pull us down.
Yeah.
B, let me get my doodle tool. We had expansion.
Yeah.
Now we have degradation of
Okay.
the trend. If we have this waning bullishness, then we can suspect either bearishness back into the channel or
Mm-hmm.
consolidation off of this upper support right here.
Okay.
So the way we would dictate that is on an hourly, we're looking for a bearish or channel trade
Okay.
because our real trading hours are only 6.5 hours. If we're moving at 6 points here, and we still need at least another 2 to 3 candles, it would be midday before we even get to our center line. And then the rest of the day to build up compression right here to then go one way or the other.
Okay.
So the way you described it alludes that you would not even take a trade today based on anything, even though there may be opportunity because you broadened your horizon too far.
Okay.
So something to keep in mind with that. But we do see that on the hourly, there is not a squeeze. So
Hmm.
that allows us to go, okay, this is A minus trade instead of an A plus trade. So instead of putting on 5, 10, 15 contracts, we're only going to put on 2, 4, 8 contracts, something like that. We're going to put on a lighter position. So write it in our book there that, okay, we have no squeeze on the hourly
Hmm.
and we are seeing degradation in the trend. So thus today is not a full tilt day. Today is an A minus day. So my positions are going to be placed accordingly.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying you're definitely more on the bearish side.
I'm on the consolidation side. I
Hmm.
While I may have a general bias, it is never more so than a 55 to 60% biased
Okay.
because we have other news coming out. We have Biden speaking today on a whole bunch of different things. So, with that being the case, I am not necessarily going to cement myself in in an idea that could be easily broken.
Okay.
So a consolidation day, I'm looking for more of range trades and a short amount of movement. I'm not looking for any large tenacity within the market. Now that could change. We could get a piece of news, freaking Suez Canal gets stuck again. Then okay, that's going to do something. But right now, no one's been bombed yet. Mass shootings are somewhat down. Not too many people are dying of things. So right now we're in like a nice little lull phase.
So every morning you're looking at the day, you're going to the hour.
And then I go down to either the 15 or the 5 minute. So bringing ourselves down to the 15 minute, we can see that, okay, we have clear cut supporting structure right there. So let me go ahead and delete this old drawing. Let me delete this drawing. So this was previous support right in here. And that so being the case, if we break down this level, realistically, that 4077, if we 60% break there and we show tenacity through there, oh,
Yeah.
look, we have the squeeze forming up. So I can suspect that my morning session is going to have some tenacity, but my midday and afternoon session, due to there not being a squeeze on the hourly, is more than likely going to be drawn in more so. We're not going to have as much explosion on things. So looking at this, my macro idea is bearish, but we are at supporting structure. And due to the nice box on the desk, we're setting up for a channel trade.
Okay.
So setting up for a channel trade, while I'm 60% bearish, I still see that there is bullish opportunity if and only if we are above 4085. So we now put our thesis together. If and only if I have a 60% or greater print above 4085, I'll play from 4085 to the top of the channel, or 4090 approximately. So that gives
Okay.
me about 5 points to work with. So I've got a 5-point move here. And then if we fail this region, well, we do not have any support until we get way down in here.
Right.
So my first offset is going to be that nice whole dollar right there of that 4070. So that's going to be my area I'm working with, is that 4070. So we break here and I play it to 4070, touchdown, next play, down here, 4060, going off of that base. So that's bearish 1 and 2. Our
Hmm.
bullish only goes to 4090 and then 4100
Okay.
because we're playing those zones. But other than
Okay.
that, that's my two ideas. And I go, okay, that's good. We got 3 minutes till the bell hits. I always wait the first 5 minutes. Sometimes you got to wait a little bit longer if there's no macro tenacity on anything, and that's fine. We're able
Okay.
to judge that tenacity by using what tool? What other asset can we watch to judge velocity in the market?
Just not the ATR. You're saying not the TTM. I don't know.
The VIX, the VXX.
Okay. Should pop up. Okay. So the VIX, the VIX or the VXX?
VXX. When you're trading futures contracts, currencies, you use the VXX. When you're trading stock, you use the VIX. And the reason behind that is that respectively, those are what are used as the base to even put that volatility index together.
So just you're saying that they are, in your term, in your words, a better measure of volatility.
They are volatility. That's literally what they stand for. Volatility index is the VIX.
And the VXX is more future based.
Correct. Yeah, it uses a base measurement off of the SPX and off of the NASDAQ composite, whereas the VIX uses the SPY and the QQQ.
Okay.
Yep. And then it actually accounts for put call ratios as well, whereas the VXX does not.
I'm going to go check on my son real quick.
Go for it.
We got 2 minutes. He's coughing. His allergies are driving him nuts. I'll be right back.
Hey, take your time.
Okay.
And it's gone.
What was gone?
Oh, have you never seen that South Park episode?
Oh, yeah. And it's gone. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Yes, yes, Barb Brady.
I was over at the other office, and I on the computer itself, I had my trades up, and one of the gals working for me comes and she goes, "What are you doing?" I went, "Well, here's a trade." Up, and it's gone. And she was so freaking confused. I was just in and out of the trade so quick. So,
right. Yeah, not a whole lot going on here.
nope. And I got the 6E over here that I'm watching as well. See if we can get a euro trade. So right now we just have consolidation, and that's fine. Let it, let it consolidate. Maybe it's waiting on something, but we for sure, and you can see right here on the VIX too, we do not have a lot of tenacity in the market. So.
Yeah, not at all.
And it kind of comes to an aspect of, is it the day to actually even take a trade? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And you just roll with it. So like right now,
Look
the
at the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ go. The thing is nuts.
so tech is moving and the euro is moving, but ES not so much.
When you have something on the NASDAQ or on anything that's outside of the Darvis box, meaning it's to the right of the box and it's surpassing it, is that a trade for you?
So you're saying if we have anything, let's say we have the Darvis box here, and then it's above or below it?
If you were to pop to the, well, I guess no, kind of like the way that this is set up right now. So those two green bars right there, oh, sorry, the one bar is outside of the box. It's to the right of it and it's above it, right?
But
So
is
it's
it
not contained.
closed? Is it closed?
No, it's not.
There you go. There's your defining factor. Is it closed? Think of it like a lawyer. A lawyer, yeah, they write a lot of stuff together, but they spend a lot of times looking for commas. And the reason behind that is, okay, you have to have that definitive, because especially with the NAS, yes, it's pushing, but is it going to continue to push? If it's not going to continue to push, there's no reason to worry about it. It's just the morning initial push. So we want to see continuation. We see here on the 15-minute, yes, a squeeze is setting up, but nothing is actually above that range that we've had for a god awful amount of time.
Mhm.
So
So when things don't have a Darvis box and they're moving around, like, well, let's just say it keeps on going and it's the Darvis box stops, but the bars keep on going. And then it raises above, but the Darvis box is back here. You say, hey, it's beat the resistance, even though there's no line going across.
yeah, because that line's only so long. It's only programmed to be so long. So
Okay.
yeah, but if it gets above that resistance,
Yeah.
I take it.
At any point. Okay. All right.
And euro dropping, ES pulling in just a little bit. Let's see. Come on, euro. Do you want to live forever? There you go. Okay, so we can see here that the ES has not met any of our criteria, but the 6E is. So shoulder, head, it's going to drop its way in, form another shoulder. So give it a moment here. I got a little bit of pressure building up. And come on, come on. And the 15 is pulling into that support. A little bit of flow coming through. So I need to see bearish flow continue. Yeah, looks like a little bullishness is trying to pick up. They're trying to pick it off on that bottom. And we can see the flow here for the ES. Oops.
What do you think what's going on in the NASI? There's that battle.
There's news. So that's why we also make sure we watch our news coming through right through here. And we had some tech news coming through. So right now, and being that the NASDAQ is tech heavy.
Right. Well, it is all tech, right?
Well, not all of it. There's actually
Yeah.
a lot of medical in there as well.
Good
So
old
your United Health, Teladoc, there's a lot of different health inside of it. Geico Insurance is in there. American Insurance. Well,
and that boy keeps on going.
And I've got it over here. And we can see how it on the 15-minute, if you open it up to the 15-minute chart, it tagged the top of the box and then rode its way right back in. And now it's dancing inside that box.
And you're just on the ES.
No, I'm looking at the NQ when I mentioned that. The
Okay.
ES right now, we're just in this morning range. And then the Euro, we're at
The
190.
15-minute. The 15-minute. Okay. Yeah. So you're swapping between the views quite a bit.
So here, if you look at my, let me open this up so you can see it a little. So I've got my 6E right here on one separate screen. So all I've got to do is look over. And then right there, I've got the NQ on that 15-minute. And then what you're seeing right there is the ES. And then I've got the other news over there. So
got it.
Yep. And then that way I'm not having to click and do a bunch of different things. I just glance my eyes over. Seriously, $100 TV when they have them on sale, just freaking grab them. That and a $20 USB HDMI plug, and save so much headache. This one here is one of those cheapos. It's you know it's bad when it's an off brand of a TLC. It's called ON with 2 N's, ONN, but it's a 4K TV, and I got it for like $120, and it's a 50-inch. So I can put 2 different currencies up there and still have a physical viewing area the same size as a 17-inch monitor without paying for 3 different monitors and all the hookups.
Exactly.
So come on. And now the NQ itself, and for the video,
it's coming back. It's coming down.
Yep, right into that channel we discussed. And that's why I was very adamant about, is it closed above it? It did not close on the 5-minute above it. It just wicked, it just probed that initial area. So now is it trying? Yeah, it's trying. It may end up doing it. You know, on the 15-minute close, it may actually end up doing it, which is great because we could take that trade. I don't care. But our broader market is telling me no.
Okay. Let me make sure my daughter's, I think she's moving very back.
Do what you need to do. And come on, keep going, come on, come on, 7725, 7725, come on, you can do it, there we go. And we're out of the trade.
In and out, huh?
Yep. So when you go back and hear the video while
Yeah.
singing Bare Necessities, we saw that this right here broke. Clear cut example on the Fiverr,
Okay.
broke, volume coming through. We could see it on the candle, and it went right to our designated level, 4.5.
So that's all you're trying to get is a 1.5 and something like that.
On Thursdays when they're really slow. Yes. Remember, we're on less tilt for today
Yep. Thursday,
because
Friday.
Mhm. And now we can see volume coming in. We can see it in the candle. So even if you don't have fancy dancy Bookmap, we can see it right here on the 5-minute. The probe came down, and now, okay, it's not coming down with as much velocity. So thus we can see them tagging it and then trying to pull it right back up versus just letting it drip. And we can see here on the VIX as well. Oh, look, they were buying the VIX up. When they buy the VIX, that lets us know that, okay, they're getting some tenacity that it's going to fall through. So we can make that quick play.
Okay. So you, on the ES stuff, I'm, just able to scalp out 1, 2, 3 points, take them and move on.
Mhm.
Okay.
And when you think about it, singles add up.
Right. Base hits.
That, and that's the big part about it is when you run the numbers on it, like you said, $62 yesterday. Oh, that doesn't seem like a lot of money. When you run the numbers on it, that's actually right at minimum wage. So, after taxes.
Right.
So you made in what, 20 minutes what somebody makes in an entire day on minimum wage.
Right.
So when you start thinking of it in that kind of a principle, you go, okay. And if you have 2 full-size contracts, 1.5 is going to be $150 on 2 size contracts. Do that 4 times, $500 a day. 4 times. $500 a day, 2,500 a week.
That thing's looking a little bearish, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And you see how bulls tried to bring it up right at the area we discussed, right at it. And I really, really, I'm a psychological person when it comes to it. I really like to know the reason why, and the market over the years has shown me sometimes there isn't a why. And it took a very long time for my brain to be able to accept just do it. Like I said earlier, do more with less overall.
Yeah.
And for someone tangible like me, I've always worked with my hands, so there's always, I can only do so much with what's in my hands. But
Yeah.
with this, it's just do it. I hate to say Shia LaBeouf was right, but just do it. So
it's looking.
And they're trying to recover it. They closed it above 7.5. They got a little bit of recovery. No macro news coming through just yet, besides your usual banking news and stuff like that. Nothing huge. So channel trade, like I said before, when we were looking at it on the chart, consolidation city. No squeeze on the hourly. 15-minute had a little bit of tenacity, but overall we're in a top area. Thursday, we've got 2 pieces of macro news. We got jobless claims in the morning, and then we have nat gas at 10:30. Other than that, we're waiting on somebody somewhere to bomb something.
I'll bring it back. Moving along. So you are, you put on how many contracts right then and there?
That
Just
one,
two?
I just did a 2 lot because we're discussing, we're working with things. It's a slow day. So that's kind of a, whenever I'm doing lessons with people, I've
Yep.
kind of set that as my normal. It's just run a
Okay.
2 lot or a 5 lot because
Yep.
my brain's not 100% in it. So
So if I wasn't here, you would have done,
I probably would have done 5 ESs,
okay.
which what, $250, something like that. I don't know.
So
Thursdays are
200,
slow
okay.
overall. They are.
And are Fridays even slower for you normally?
No, they're about the same as Thursdays. Sometimes we get funky, and Pal has a talk on Friday. Fridays tend to be bullish in the morning session, barring some weird news. I don't know why the world tends to get freaky like Thursday evenings. Um, and Libya has a coup like every other Thursday. Anyhow, yeah, it's really or not Libya, Turkey. Turkey. They end up having a coup like every other Thursday. Anyhow, um, typically when
Mhm.
you go back and look at my statistics on it, Thursdays and Fridays tend to be a light position day. They really do. Barring some just beautiful setup, most of your volatility is out of the market by Thursday, Friday, because Monday, Tuesday, most people have had the weekend to absorb things, do new data, new deals to come through. And if you look at A&Ms, most of your A&Ms within the
Mhm.
business sphere for the US and for Tokyo happen either on a Monday or a Wednesday. I don't know why, because I'm not that in depth to the lending aspect for the banks to do the A&Ms, but it's typically a Monday or a Wednesday when they occur. And most of your IPOs happen on a Wednesday or a Friday. And
Okay.
the IPO thing was explained to me that they want to launch the IPO to when the market is open, but most IPOs, they want to launch them, they want the name to get out there, but just in case something was screwy, then people have 2 days to absorb the information and get it out. That way, the following Monday is when you really see it rip. A great example of this is Airbnb that came out beforehand. I believe they came out on a Thursday, and things got a little bit funky on them for that Friday. And then people were able to absorb the news. It got out on MSNBC, so on and so forth. So everybody
Mhm.
called their broker on Monday, saved their Friday paycheck, called their broker on Monday. Hey, I want to get a little bit of Airbnb. Monday and Tuesday on Airbnb after the IPO. Nice move on it. So
Mhm.
that's what was explained to me. And so when I looked into it, it was validated by the charts and numbers. So that's what I go with right now. That could
Okay.
absolutely change if I have new information. But for right now, that is my mentality and logic on it. So, yep.
I didn't know that most IPOs happen Wednesday and Friday. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was really weird when you go back. If you look through history, from the .com bubble and up, most of them are like Wednesdays and Fridays. So, yeah.
Okay, so we definitely are bearish.
Well, not necessarily. We're channeled. We're not bearish just yet. We can see this hard tenacity right in here, and we've only moved what, realistically 81 there. Hell, we only moved 4 points. We typically move about 20 points in the morning, 15 to 20 points. So our relative movement here is quite low. We are stuck in a range, but the euro's pushing up. So, and then the NQ as well is still in that range. It's hardcore in that range right there. And when you go back and run the numbers for your own trades on there, you may start to say, hey, Thursdays are not worth my time to be in. And if you find that that is the case, cool. Then you can go have egos with your kids in the morning, you know, whatever you want to do, man.
So this is it. I mean, there's, you know, the whole channel idea, you know, if it hits that top, I'm looking at the 15-minute on the NQ, it's hitting that top, or you know, it doesn't punch through. What are some parameters for you to say I'm going to take this thing going down?
1 second. What the hell? Did the ECB release something? Huh, that's odd. The euro's going freaking crazy, and I don't see why. Bad English. I do not see why.
Do you, again, you're looking at your TweetDeck, you're looking at Financial Juice.
I'm looking at I could not see anything on the TweetDeck, so I'm looking at, the European Parliament wants Commission President to answer some questions on their visit to Turkey. Okay, that's what that's about. Okay. Okay. Apparently those two were having an affair or something. So you'd be surprised what affects the market overall. And then we just had that big selling in the market right there. They sold and bought it up. So this is actually going to get a decent push. Euro's going to push. So with that news, come on. Come on. Damn it. Fill me. Fill me. Come on. All right. There we go. Quick scalp on that one. Okay. There we go. Sorry. Train of thought that way. When you see that kind of news come out, it's like, ooh, okay. Take the trade. I am sorry. Joe, remind me where we were.
So I was just looking at the NASDAQ, and that thing is moving again. Oh, I was going to say, okay, so I was looking at the 15-minute on the NASDAQ. So it's bumping up at the top of its channel.
Oh, and what's the criteria for going down? Okay, there we go. So in a channel trade, typically I play a 5-minute channel trade when I'm working with it. When playing a 5-minute channel trade, if and only if we see this come up. So I'll mark it. Let's say I'm looking at the 15-minute macro channel. I mark out that area with a line. And then I look to see, okay, price action is wicking to it, maybe even wicking slightly above it, but overall majority is not piercing it. If we have a turnaround candle in here, a turnaround idea, then we're going to look for this to roll right over. Right now, it's piercing it. It's trying to pierce it. So maybe they get above it. But if we have a true turnaround candle like this over in here, and we see that they're breaking down on that short-term average, and it has to be the short term, not the long term. This is the 10. So we see them breaking that. That is a clear cut. Okay, we're now in a channel. We're looking for that downtrend, and my profit zone is going to be somewhere around that lower bar. But right now they're pushing and they're probing and they're trying.
Yeah, they're pushing up on the 15, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Euros dropping, news hitting market. We're excited to introduce as our new director of investor relations. Holy. Okay. So, picture the director of investors relations. You'd think that, Brooks Brothers, nice suit, something like that. Then we got this guy. Is that a
Nikola.
perfect? Yeah, for Nikola Motors.
Yeah.
I think I can see Robin Hood in the background right there. I don't know. I'm one of those guys that when I hear that, I still think of the old world style of okay, nice suit, guy I can trust, not
Right.
necessarily clean cut, but the real image of okay, this is a man's man.
Right.
Not the hipster with Robin Hood in the background. That's not a professional photo. You don't put that on a resume.
No. No.
So
He's taking dress down to another extreme.
Joe, what happened to the world, man? What has happened?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's immigrants have more, non-citizens have more rights.
That's what really threw me off. Really, yeah, I'm considering it too. We had someone come in the other day. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to give up my citizenship, go to Mexico for a week, and then walk back in because I'll get better medical. I was sitting there thinking, huh, they're not wrong.
No.
I mean, what? You get room and board, and you don't
Yeah.
even have to go to prison now. The old joke used to be, you want free room and board, food and medical, go to prison. Now you don't even have to go to prison. You can just go to freaking San Francisco.
Yeah. Building all those apartments.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That really, I just cannot figure out the logistics. And I mean, I get a good person, wanting to do. Ooh. All right, I'm in for 2. Going for another point. And I get somebody, a good person coming over, but when a majority is not a good person doing good things to help things out, that's where we have issues. I don't know.
It's bad. What just amazes me is that you make millions doing this.
Yeah.
It's still it's like wizardry to me. And alchemy.
Well, I mean, look at Carnegie. He was a very good talker and he knew how to set up deals. He was a market maker of his time. So we're just market makers of our time. And one day, with respects, I'll be your age and there'll be some young punk that's outdoing me, but it happens.
You done pretty good before 30.
Trying. We'll see. Got to make mama proud, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So how are the kids? Are they how are they liking this whole new school schedule and everything?
So they're actually our kids go to a charter school called John Adams. And it
Mm-hmm.
was based on how the founding fathers taught their kids.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. So they actually have 10 core values that they recite every single day. You imagine that? Hmm.
It's
They practice what's called an abundance mentality.
interesting.
Mhm.
Well,
Good.
we need good, solid individuals in the world.
Well, they're more they're very orientated towards oral skills and the ability to have discussions instead of just that.
Well, is it fair to say that the art of discussion has almost disappeared to an extent? I mean, people can't even have a general discussion. I'm not saying you have to agree on everything, but just having an educated discussion on things.
That was funny. LOL.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was looking up the history of that. The first recorded instance of the acronym OMG was by a U.S. general during the World War II.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah. So at least that's what was told on history, and it wasn't drunk history either. I like that show. If you want something just to kind of like melt your mind for a little bit and get to it's like, you know what? Why not? So every now and then I got to have something to break the monotony from the numbers. I'm going through my PPMs now, and it's so many pages of malarkey. So legalese.
It's amazing how much legal stuff there is for all that.
Well, what gets me is that there's such a lack of common sense that we have to have it. I mean, come on. Why does a curling iron say for external use only? You know? Yeah.
That's a good point.
Why do lawnmowers say do not trim hedges?
You know, it's also a good idea not taking a curling iron to the bathtub. Don't
Yeah.
submerge it.
I want to know why the whole thing about putting a toaster by the bathtub is even a thing. You know, like
It's easy.
I can
Gotta
understand
get
having a
rid.
glass of wine, but who's making butter toast? You know, or an
Somebody
Eggo?
did. Somebody did. Somebody did. Somebody did.
All right, so it looks like things are reversing. So let's see, candle close coming up.
Ooh.
And on the 15 minutes.
Are most of your trades in the 5-minute realm?
On slow days, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I killed that other trade that was bullish.
Mhm.
And now we see this opportunity bringing its way down. Cool.
Okay.
Things are looking bearish overall. I like it. So what I'm going to do is give it a moment here. We can see them pulling it in. Let them drag it back up. So we see icebergs coming in. We see the flow on the candle itself trying to pull. They're trying to pull that up on that candle, but bearishness is coming through. Oh, shit. Hold on. Excuse my French, but no, this one's big. So
Which one are you talking about?
this one right here.
Bill proposes working against China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just
I think the
shorted.
US is a little too late.
Yeah. So I just shorted on that one, and I'm going to hold on to that one for a little bit on that one. So I'll let that position do what it's going to do. But
So
yeah,
the bottom of that channel on a 5-minute. So that's a couple points right there. Did you say you just shorted it?
yeah.
Okay. So you're,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, we can see how tight they're getting right there. Come on, go, go, go. You can do it. We believe in you. And come on, come on. There we go. Boom. And made back my loss. So there you go. And it looks like the euro is about to dip out too on that news. Yeah. Just going to get a little short on that.
How much do you pay for your contracts?
You know, that's a good question. I know I have to have at least a tick. A tick covers my fees. So, yeah, I did that math a long time ago, and then I stopped remembering it. I just remembered I need one tick to cover fees. Yep. And come on, come on. Oh, wow. Flow just dried up.
Where do you see that?
So that's something you see on Bookmap
Okay.
right through here. And you can see how there's no coloration in these higher levels, but there is a little bit right in here. That lets us know that the bullish intentions do not exist. Yeah, there's a little bit, but that's mainly dumb money in here. Right in
So
here.
you're saying like the lighter blue above there at 480.75, you're saying is the flow?
That is some flow. That is some orders in there, but it is not a heavy amount. The darker the line, the
Yeah,
more participation.
I see.
So,
And what is the red line down, or the red lines, that resistance?
so that red line would be a supporting structure right here, because out of this view, that specific area, so within a 10-point view, that specific area has the most amount of participation of sitting orders, actual orders on the book.
For support.
Mhm. Anything under price is support. Anything above price is resistance. Yep. And with that candle close coming up, let's see. If they break that 7.5, this will waterfall. This will waterfall out.
If they go below that 7,550 or that
So
7.4.
really 7.4. Really
see.
the 7.5, 7.4, 7.5 area right in here. If they close it below that, we'll waterfall out. And what I'll do is I'll might put on a 5 lot. No, I don't need it to go full tilt on that 2 lot. 2 lot to be fine since we're talking, discussing, working on things. So, but that'd be a solid waterfall for 2 points.
Going down, pushing.
Give it a second. Give it a second. Icebergs coming in. Sell orders coming through. Purchase orders coming in. I'm not going to do it. So you see how slow it is here on the candle, candle itself?
Yep.
That lets me know there's no tenacity. And it
Right.
also tells me right here that on the VIX, on that close, they actually sold the hedging. They didn't purchase more hedging. So that's going to bounce through. That's at least going to dead cat bounce on the ES. That's going to, yep, there we go. So for about 1.5 points. Yep, and they're bringing it in to try and pull it up as the markets. Ooh, somebody's going to dump this either later today or tomorrow. This is going to get hit hard because you see how it's slowly building stuff up right in here. It's building up tensions. Somebody is trying to, or somebody's is trying to get price up, and they're slowly, because this is a lot of small bubbles. So they're slowly pulling out of a position. This is not retail right here. And the only way you see stuff like that is by screen time. That's the only way you see stuff like that, is starting to realize, wait a second. So back in here, that's retail. But you see how many itty bitty we have in here? 1 lots, 5 lots. Somebody's unwinding a position. So somebody somewhere has
getting out of a short position.
It looks like they're trying to get out of a long. Yep, and there they are. They're dumping it. Come on, come on, come on. Dump it harder.
That's a big one.
Get ready. There we go. I'm short. Come on, send it. Send it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Yeah, somebody's unwinding a position. Come on. Go further. 7-4, 7-4, 7-4.
So you just went through a 2 lot?
Yeah, I just ran a 2 lot on that one.
So even though the even though it's not below on the 5 minute, it's not below the Darvis, you're seeing the book map.
So, and that's where it comes to the more advanced stuff in reading the order flow. I
Yeah.
could absolutely be wrong, but the order flow and the way things are setting up, yeah, because we just had them purchasing hedging right here, purchasing volatility.
And so where would you put your stop on that? I mean, if your ATR is 3, let's say it's 5,
There we go. I'm out. Boom.
you're out.
And look at it. Look at him unwinding it.
Okay. I went in. Okay, that's all you did, huh? I went in too, and I put 2 in, and I made $12. Jesus. So
No,
that book
Creedmoor.
map.
Creedmour.
What's that?
Jesus had nothing to do on this one. It was Creedmoor. The big man watches out for us on things, but so and that's where I want to get you to. That's where I want to get you is you're gonna go like, dude, quit chatting. Look at this. Someone's unwinding a position. You know, that's where I want to get you to. And that's the difference because as I mentioned in there, you could see it in the candle, not just Bookmap, but you could see it in the candle too that, wait a second, something's not right, especially considering what we had on the VIX as well. These two things are not correlating how they normally are. The transmission's making a funny sound. So transmission's making a funny sound, something's about to happen. In that particular instance, the way that sound was going let us know that, wait a second, somebody's unwinding something because of the way it was dancing. And boom, there you go. And yeah, it was only 2 or 3 points, but somebody offloaded what really looked like about 300 to 500 contracts overall. And we could see that and go, oh, okay, here is an opportunity. So when there's an opportunity, we take it.
Awesome.
And all before our first cup of coffee.
Yeah, I haven't had one yet.
I picked up a cup while I was in Wyoming. They didn't tell me that it was copper, and I almost put it in the microwave this morning. Same face I made. So it's like the only cup I have that isn't microwavable.
6B and 6E, I'll add those.
Yes, 6E is your friend.
Okay.
The euro can be played off of movements that the ES makes, but not directly. It has a beta correlation of, I want to say it was 0.6. I'd have to go back to look at that number exactly. I want to say it's 0.6. So an idea of that is typically more than half the time whenever the ES is going down, that futures contract is going to go down. Whenever the ES is going up, that futures contract is going to go up. So.
Do you, shit, what the hell was I going to say? I don't remember. I'll email you if I have to.
Yeah, I've noticed myself doing that a lot more too. And I think the reason behind it is that over our years, we've taken in so much information that it's the little things we're like, wait, does this even have a spot? So how do you feel about things so far? Being able to
I know what I was going to say.
Yep.
Should I maybe push out for 2 weeks, give you more trades, and then give you some more feedback after 2 weeks? What do you think?
I think that'd be a smart idea because you kind of have the nitty gritty now. On our next get together, I want you to take point. I want you to take point, and I want you to walk me through it overall. It's gonna be one of those to where I'll be a bit quieter unless I see you about to cut your finger off on something.
Okay.
I want you to take point on it, and I'm gonna let you make your mistakes where they are. I'm gonna let you make your successes on where they are, and I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. And we're gonna see in a live aspect of it. Let's see how jittery you get. Let's see where the questions you have, your analysis overall. So that's our next step on that. But yeah, let's give it about 2 weeks so you can get that together. So let's say the 22nd.
Yeah, I'm going to double check on my site. 22nd.
Yep. And we'll be good to go. So Yeah, you were able to make a little bit of cash on that. Was able to get some good analysis. As always, I'll get the video
It's
over
good.
to you. So other than that, you got any questions for me, man?
No, it's really good. I mean, yeah, I did not see that. I went into it because you said it's gonna be a quick one. So I'll keep on plugging away and looking at support resistance, Darvis box, and some of the other ones I'm working on. So I'll keep it
Absolutely.
simple.
That looks good. All righty. And
Dude, I
I'll keep,
appreciate it.
yep, highly. And you have a great morning with your family. I'll talk to you soon. As always, let me know if you need anything and stay safe, man. World's
Send
getting
me
kind
your
of crazy.
coffee bill, please.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. All right. I'll see you.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.